What's up guys, Cal here, and I'm going to be explaining the custom class system for Black Ops 2, and you might say, okay Cal, we already know how it works and we already know about it, but I'm going to elaborate. So, if you may or may not know, Gamescom has started yesterday, August 14th, and today being August 15th, and it's actually a convention in Germany, and I'm not going to really get into that because I talked about it in my previous video. However, we've seen a lot of information on Black Ops 2 as there's been a lot of articles because we're actually allowed to play it. If you went to Gamescom, you were allowed to play Black Ops 2. And there have been a lot of articles revealing a lot of information. And one of those being the system for the custom classes in Black Ops 2. Now, one thing that I want to talk about, and this brings the limitation to the custom class. So it is going to be custom, but not fully custom. You know, it's kind of like freedom in the United States. You have freedom, but you know, you don't have full freedom to do whatever you want. If you do, you know, they say we have freedom, but you're not allowed to run a red light. You see what I'm saying? You will get a ticket. You will get punished for it. So this is kind of the same thing. However, you don't get punished, but you're limited. Now, if you may or may not know, you have 10 points. And you're able to choose only up to 3 perks, 1 from each tier. However, if you saw from the multiplayer trailer, you saw that we're able to choose 6. So they're wild cards which bend the rules of the 10-point allocation system just slightly. And these wild cards allow you to basically bend the rules. You can choose another perk. So one of them is called perk 1 greed, which allows you to choose another perk from tier 1. Then you have perk 2 greed, which allows you to choose a second perk from tier 2. Then you have perk 3 greed, which allows you to choose a second perk from tier 3. Now this is really cool because you're able to have 6 perks but only 2 per each tier. So you're not like, it's not like going to be overpowered where you get to choose 6 perks from one tier, you know, like you're going to have ghost, lightweight, flak jacket, you know, all those perks from tier 1, but you'll be able to have 2 perks maximum for each tier, but you can have 6. So you can have like Ghost and Lightweight, you can have Cold-Blooded and Scavenger, you can have, let's say, like I could see people using Extreme Conditioning and Dexterity or Extreme Conditioning Dead Silence, because I did give the perk list in my previous video if you want to check that out. So yeah, I could see people doing that. And that's kind of, you know, used for if you want to waste your 6 points out of the 10. You know, if you want to use that for like a knifing only class, and that's really cool. If you want to make a knifing only class, they have something dedicated for you, and that's really awesome. So other things about the wild cards, there's a whole list here actually, but what really confused me is actually something called the primary gunfighter, and the secondary gunfighter, and then the third one is tactician. Now, tactician is spelled Tactician, and I'll give a link to this article so you can actually see the spelling or the list. And primary gunfighter, let me say it again, primary gunfighter, secondary gunfighter, and tactician. And these three, I have no idea what they do. There's no description whatsoever, and I can't really tell by the name. However, in the beginning of the article, they talk about being able to change your burst rate or your fire rate, and we saw this in the multiplayer trailer. You're able to actually change the fire rate of your weapon, you know, from 3-round burst to single shot or semi-automatic, in other words, and fully automatic. Now, maybe primary gunfighter is going to be for your primary, you know, changing it for your primary. Secondary gunfighter could be changing it for your secondary, and then we have tactician. Now, tactician could be changing it in general for both weapons. We don't know, because I don't know what tactician is. There's no description. Now, the last 2 wild cards, which are the confirmed ones, is Overkill and Danger Close. Now, Danger Close, you might think from Modern Warfare 2, is that it increases the blast radius or the explosion or damage of your grenades and your launchers or anything that's explosive. However, I was reading up on it, I did some research. What I think it is that it's the wild card that allows you to have a second lethal grenade or second tactical grenade, if not both. Now, if you remember in the multiplayer trailer, we saw some of them where a person had like 2 tacticals and 2 lethal grenades, and I think Danger Close will allow that. Now, Overkill, we saw that in Modern Warfare 3, where you can have, you know, 2 primary weapons. The second primary weapon actually takes the spot of your secondary, and it doesn't allow you to have attachment. It doesn't really allow you to have anything on it, just the weapon itself. So yeah, that's probably gonna come back back, but it does take away one of your allocation points. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this kind of confirmed some things or shed some light on things or clarified something for you, because the 10-point allocation system was kind of confusing. We didn't really know too much about it. We just knew that you can pick 10 things and then there you go, your class is there. So thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you have time, leave a like for the video because it does help me out a lot, and make sure to check the description for more information on the information that I talked about. Peace.